And welcome to It's All a Work. It is me, your boy Big T. It is Dreshin to my side and Hanji down below. And we are going to be reviewing another Raw, the Raw from 4/22. It is in the bank. And we had a lot happen. Just to go through a very brief synopsis, we have a new women's champion. Damian Priest and the Judgement Day are on the rocks. Imperium has lost a member, and Chad Gable is an asshole. All of these things have happened, plus more, and we're going to go through all of it. What's that?
Today's episode of Dragon Ball Z.
That's
no, the chat. Jesus, no, the Chad Gable shit is one.
You said Chad Gable shit is
Man up
what?
here drinking purple Kool-Aid.
No, I'm drinking apple juice and Crown.
All right, on that, thank you guys for coming to the podcast. See y'all next week. Hashtag purple Kool-Aid.
Jesus, I just realized what he said.
Right? That's what I was saying. Yo, why aren't you mad?
Wow. The cup was purple. What do you expect?
The cup is purple, not the drink. What's he drinking? Purple drink?
Oh, God.
Man, I didn't know we were going that poor. Shit. Purple drink. We ain't even got purple Kool-Aid. Shit.
Purple drink. Almost as bad as, SmackDown being the chocolate brand. I don't know what's going on.
It is a chocolate. Ain't no wrong with it being a chocolate brand. I don't understand.
It is the chocolate brand?
Uh-huh.
Like the dude they just won't on Raw.
Oh, we lost Greg.
We off the air now. All right. We done.
That's it. Josh just walked off. He's like, yeah, that's good.
Oh, man. Look. Jesus. we got about
It was a good run, but we off the air. I get it.
We got about 2 or 3 years before we start putting up big numbers by the statistics. I'm not saying it's got to be that way, but by statistically speaking, we got 2 or 3 years. We might as well say exactly what we feel.
They're going to come back and look at this video and cancel both of y'all.
So we're going to institute something new here. Every beginning of the podcast, we're going to have something dedicated to Dreshin. It's going to be called Dreshin's Racist Comment of the Week. Dreshin, what do you got for us? No, I'm kidding. I say equally as bad things. So
you're the one that came up with chocolate brand. Fuck you.
Chocolate brand SmackDown. Next thing you know, somebody's just gonna be like, today's topic, slavery. All right, let's go.
I'm just gonna come up here one day in blackface.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
All right, now we really canceled.
Damn.
All right, this will not be on the YouTube, guys.
Listen, even the cat got up for that. The cat got up was like, what you mean?
Jeez. So, okay. Also, well, I was doing intros. Forget it. We're just going to go right into it. So we're going to start Raw this week with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee actually in the ring, and they're going to announce that there will be a new World's Women's Champion tonight. They will be crowned in the ring via a battle royal that nearly every woman in the Raw brand will compete for. This is the 4th time that a title has been decided via Battle Royal. So it was a big deal. Your competitors that were advertised were Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree, Chelsea Green, Natalya, Katana Chance, Indy Hartwell, Zoe Stark, Kaden Carter, Candice LeRae, Shayna Baszler, Xia Li, Tegan Nox, Piper Niven, and the Bulldog Ivy Nile. All women who are arguably eligible to win the title. Only
and a man.
What's that?
And a man.
And a man? Who's the man?
Shayna Baszler.
Oh, fair enough. Yes. And
America. All I'm gonna say is wood. That's it.
So
deal with it.
So after this, we're gonna get a trailer of how we got to this point with Rhea. I'm just skipping right over it with Rhea relinquishing the title, and we cut to Liv and Becky entering the building. And then after this, because they couldn't get away with the entering thing, it still has to happen. So after
who the hell decided we give a damn that they're walking in the building? It's Raw. Your bitch ass should be there.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I think the whole idea. I think the whole idea is like, oh, this is who you can see tonight, or this is who's going to be here, or this is who's going to be out in the ring tonight.
It's Raw. The whole fucking roster should be there. I'm just saying.
You're right.
Well, maybe they'll stop it after.
You want to get paid?
Draft.
Be there.
Damn. I mean, yeah, fair enough. But no, maybe they'll stop it after the draft. So there's a select few of people that we know exactly who's going to be on which brand, so they can do away with the actual them coming in, because I could care less. Oh, Becky showed up, cool. Roman Reigns pulled up in his limousine, cool. We seeing people with more money than us. I don't give a fuck.
Man,
I just want to see some wrestling.
I don't think it's ever going to stop, but I could be wrong.
Yo, Roman's not going to be there. Roman's chilling in the Magic Kingdom right now. There's
next weekend.
He's at Disney World.
Oh shit.
Roman's in Disney World.
Okay. I didn't know that.
There are pictures of him in the Magic Kingdom, like 2 days ago. No.
Oh. Well, this is going to take us to our Jey Uso segment. Mr. What does he call himself? Main Event Jey Uso. Mr. Main Event.
Jey Uso.
Yeah, Main Event is going to come out and he's going to say that at Backlash he's going to prove that he is who he says he is, which is Main Event Jey Uso. Yeet.
More than a tag team? Question mark.
More than a tag team.
All right.
That's what he says.
Dress says no, but Mr. Yeet has the shirt over there. That's all I'm saying.
I do have the shirt, and I'm a Jey Uso man, but no. Look at his performance so far. No, Jey is not a... No.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, I'm surprised no one has actually said this line, but he is a tag team... He's a tag team wrestler cosplaying as a main event star.
Damn.
I mean, he's trying for it, but I guarantee you the storyline... I'm looking, because I've got y'all on that monitor, not this one, so let me bounce that. This storyline is going to bring him back to the bloodline with the break that's going on. He's going to go back to being a tag team. He's going to go back with his brother. The Usos reunite, and Main Event Jey Uso, who gives a fuck? Now it's just the Usos again.
Are we following Main Event Jey Uso on Twitter?
I don't know if we are. I am.
I think I am. Yeah.
He hasn't actually posted in like 3 years.
Is it Jey Uso SZ's? No, it's not it. I would like to find if we are following him, because I do want to tweet that to Drew, and I want to see if Drew will say it. Are we following Drew McIntyre?
It's Jey Uso, the Jey Uso source, maybe.
I don't think that's.
Nope, that's not his official.
He might not have a Twitter.
Jimmy has one, and he has. Jay was using the Usos as his personal for a while, but Jay doesn't have one that I can find anymore.
I don't see one for Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tweet it to Drew. We're following Drew.
All right, so just tweeted at Drew. Can you say on Raw next week? Can you say on Raw next week that Jey Uso is a tag team wrestler who is cosplaying as a main event superstar? I would love that. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put we, since we are a thing here. Yep.
Would you rather tweet at Damian instead of Drew? Because I mean, this is more of his.
Yeah, because it's Damian. He's gonna be face.
Yeah, and we're following Damian definitely. So.
I don't see him. Oh, Archer of Infamy.
Yep.
So all right, so I've changed it. So at D McIntyre WWE or at Archer of Infamy, can you say on Raw next week that Jey Uso is a tag team wrestler who is cosplaying as a main event superstar? We would love that.
We'll see if we get some.
I'm also gonna hashtag. I'm gonna kiss his ass. Hashtag I rise for the Judgment Day.
Jesus Christ.
He's all up in there.
Yeah, he is.
Hashtag we rise for the Judgment Day.
No.
Boom. So, It has been officially tweeted. If we get anything off of that, we will let y'all know.
I'm gonna reply to that and go, he doesn't speak for me.
As long as mommy's on top, I'm okay. Ow!
Wait, which mommy?
Yo, Gino been bit by his cat. Oh, Jesus. Shit, that's kind of funny. All right, so anyway, we're going to get back to the segment. I'm sorry, we kind of got off on a tailspin, but I think that's something that we should do. We should start tweeting WWE stars more.
Say this. Do this. Put your foot in his ass, yeah.
So he continues to go on how winning will make him feel like everything he's gone through in WWE and with the bloodline and on Raw and all the hardships he's gone through, all that will be worth it if he can beat Damian Priest, and then Damian Priest's music is going to interrupt him, and he will come to the ring, and he will say that yeet and main event and all his character things and the things that he's come up with actually suit him, and that he deserves to be in the spot that he's in. He starts telling a story of when Jey kicked his ass back in the day, and after they went out for drinks, and he remembers Jey looking at him saying, "We next, Uso. We next." He says that if he's being honest, that was really only half true, because he was the one who was next, and the title proves that. He then says that he's the first on the list of people, he meaning Jey. So Damian says that Jey is first on the list of people that the WWE is going to feed to him to make sure that the championship looks good on him, and he's also going to be the first to lead the people that they make sure that make them rise up for the El Champion in the Judgment Day. And then he starts to leave the ring, and Jey stops him, and he says that's strong talk coming from the leader of the Judgment Day, where the only reason that you're the leader of the Judgment Day is because mommy got hurt. And by the way, tell mommy I said, "Wah!" That's what he did.
I'm pretty sure. See, he said,
whatever.
Whatever the hell you did. I don't know what the hell that was. That
he made a sound, all right? Some kind of sound that makes you think that he's been doing stuff to mommy, which whatever. Jay's going to go on to say that Damian is actually Dom's bitch, because Dom is number one to Rhea. And to this, Priest is going to drop his mic, and Jay's going to go, "Oh, look, I got him. So Priest is ready to fight. And Jey said, "Look, I'm not getting fed to you. You're getting fed to me." And then at this point, JD is going to come in and try to attack Jey Uso, but Jey saw it coming a mile away. He ducks and dodges. Boom, goes for the super kick. JD dodges the super kick, but forgets that there's like a 6'7" man behind him named Damian Priest, and Damian Priest never saw the kick coming, and he eats a load of Jey Uso yeet foot. Yeet foot. So Damian's pissed off. JD's trying to apologize. Jey leaves the ring. And this is creating more dissension inside of the Judgment Day. It's going the way that we think it's going to go, right? I mean, what do you guys make of all this?
I think Damian Priest is, again, I say we speculated he was going to go solo at WrestleMania, but it looks like he's going to go solo a little bit later, towards now. So
but it
maybe
still looks like it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen regardless. The man's going solo. He said it himself. "I don't need you. You need me."
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Well, it's coming.
I was going to save that for after that. But yeah, Damian 100% has told, the Judgment Day that he doesn't need them. They need him. At this point, he is the only gold in the Judgment Day, and it's probably going to stay that way for a while.
Damn. Yeah, I just realized that, Rhea doesn't have a belt anymore, so it's just Damian.
Yep. Damian's the only one with gold.
Yep. Yeah. And it's like I just told Squirrel. Squirrel says the Judgment Day is done soon, and I said 100%. I 100% agree. But I'm gonna reveal, and I've actually talked to G a little bit about it. I've got some theories, and it goes deep. Now G doesn't. I don't think G agrees with me, so we'll see how the fans feel. But yeah, it's gonna be a crazy ride. We are definitely doing some long-term booking, long-term storytelling. I think it's gonna be hashtag this is awesome. I'm not gonna do that again. I didn't like that. That didn't feel good.
It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have.
I don't like the hashtag. I don't like the hashtag in my speech. That's weird.
Yeah, hashtag.
Are you proud of yourself?
No.
I was gonna say you shouldn't be.
I don't like it.
You should be upset.
Yeah, I feel weird about it, and I just want to continue. So, before we go to our commercial, we're gonna see Chad is in the house, as well as Gunther, who will be making his return tonight. Tonight equals obviously Monday. Come back from the this was also before the commercial. We saw DIY entering the arena, and when we come back, Awesome Truth is going to enter. Our Truth is going to do his rap, and the Miz is going to be horribly and horrifyingly offbeat. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
But, it's okay, because Our Truth actually killed it. We're on the Truth Killings killed it. So.
We're on the Truth Killings killed it.
Alrighty. So, obviously, I don't know if you guys noticed. Well, you guys should have noticed this. Ciampa has fully bought into the Triple H thing. All of his ring gear now is Triple H inspired. He has the DX style stuff written on his trunks and his jacket and everything. Absolutely everything. It's completely bought in. And the match itself, I think, was phenomenal, to coin a term, or to take a term. A lot of reverses, back and forth. They really put on a clinic, I think. And honestly, I was thinking that when they won the #1 contendership, I was thinking that it was going to go to Backlash. I would have loved to have seen this match. Like, I would have accepted this match how it was at Backlash. And now, I don't know who they're going to face at Backlash, but goddamn, they've got one hell of a bar to live up to.
I mean, who's to say they won't see him at Backlash? I don't think it's over with. True. I honestly don't think it's over with, I mean, we got our R-Truth segment in that match. When I say R-Truth segment, I mean John Cena, his childhood hero segment. You can't see me, the 5-knuckle shuffle. A lot of reverses, like T said. It was overall a great match. So
yes, it was.
And I say the ending is very telling. So
yeah, so we'll go ahead and do the ending real quick. So we get a DIY false finish. So DIY is going to hit their meet in the middle, and the Miz pulls Gargano out of the ring to break the pinfall. Ciampa's going to see this. He's going to go out towards the hard camera. He goes out of the ring, comes around to get to the Miz. The Miz is going to end up getting the upper hand, throwing him over the barricade, and this is going to take Ciampa out of the match for the rest of the match, which is only like 2 minutes. But the Miz will end up going back up to the apron. He gets the tag. And they are basically, him and Gargano are going to move to get into position for the Truth crushing finale for the win. And that's how we get it. Truth is in the ring. Miz yells Truth. Turns Gargano around. And then it's basically a skull-crushing finale with an assist from Truth. Is really all it is the Truth-crushing finale. Decent enough move. Whatever. They get the win. And like I said, if it's not Ciampa and Gargano at Backlash, I do want to ask, who do you guys think it could be?
If it's not those two,
I really think it's going to be those two. I don't really have anybody else in mind.
Hell, I mean, maybe New Day. Maybe they would be next in line, possibly. But
I can see that too.
I honestly prefer Tommaso and Gargano. That match was great. I think they can do a round 2 and everybody still be excited.
Yeah, I think they ultimately need like a best out of 5. But the problem is to get a best out of 5, that would mean that Ciampa and Gargano have to win twice, which means we're looking at title switchovers, which again, I wouldn't be mad about. But, I don't know. There's also another tag team that might be making their way around, and that's going to be the new Imperium, which we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I will say this before we actually get to it. Giovanni Vinci is probably going to SmackDown.
Probably.
Girlfriend will love that.
Who's his girlfriend?
Which is Tiffy time.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Tiffy time. Yeah, enjoy that. Yeah, let that sink in. Yeah. That's the energy I want.
That's
Sadness.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I was just watching a video of Tiffy today. She was doing clings.
Yeah.
By the way, just do you know that Tiffany Stratton can cling 175?
I've heard, yeah, she's strong.
It's just wild.
Did you know Ivar has a 38.6-inch vertical fucking leap?
Yeah, it's all impressive. I'm just saying for her to be able to do that's crazy. And I'm sure Jade Cargill and Bianca can do way more, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. I'm sure they can do way more, but that's still crazy.
Yeah, Swerve said they were holding hands at the Hall of Fame.
I missed that. That's wild, man. I would have.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna slap the ball off his head. That's what I'm gonna. No, I'm kidding. Nah.
Where the fuck have you been? That's been going on for months. They were both bitching because they never get to spend time together because they're on the two different brands.
So now this is the opportunity for them to switch brands. Maybe Triple H is giving it to the wrestlers a little bit, to cater to their needs.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Now, that makes 100% sense now that while he got kicked out. We're not even there yet, but that's nuts to me. God damn, that's crazy.
But let's go back to this ending. You noticed that Tommaso Ciampa didn't shake anybody's hand. He just left the ring, right?
I was going to get to that. Yep.
Yeah. This is why at the end of the match, Johnny Gargano shakes Miz and Truth saying, the whole face versus face, everybody's shaking hands like, good match. Tommaso says no and then walks out the ring. So I'm thinking this is very telling. Either we're going to see some more matches or a possible heel turn. Because, Tommaso has been known to be some heel. Like, he's a good-ass heel. Tommaso is a good-ass heel. So is Gargano, but they are normally feuding back and forth, which I don't know if they'll go back to that, but yeah.
Gargano and Ciampa, their matches
are legendary. They are legendary.
To see them start going back against each other, like
I like them. I like them as a tag team. Don't get me wrong, but their singles matches against each other is crazy.
But here's what's tough about that. What's tough about that is how do you split them up and add even more singles competitors to this race for these different titles? You know what I mean?
Well, eventually we're going to get to one split. I don't know if that's telling of Imperium, but that's one split right there.
However, I will say the matches that you can get out of that. Can you imagine Ciampa and Gunther and Ciampa going against Damian Priest? Now that happened in NXT, but again, that's also close to Ciampa and Gargano levels of like amazingness. So NXT has inherited the WWE, guys.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for it. I love NXT. Put it like this. I love the old NXT. I don't mind the new one now, but that black and yellow brand, shit was always crazy.
Indeed. Now, let's go ahead and get to the next part. So, after Ciampa refuses to shake the hands of the Awesome Truth, we're going to head back into the locker room area. And we're going to see JD trying to apologize for things not going according to plan. And Priest says that's the problem right there. There was no plan. And I didn't ask for anybody's help last week. I didn't ask for anybody's help this week. And you guys keep inserting yourself into my business. Now at that point, Dom is going to walk up with his arm in the sling. And Priest says, "What's wrong with you?" Dom goes, Which, by the way, just tells a story of no one's talking. No one knows what's going on within that group.
No one knows. No one knows.
So Dom says that he's hurt and he won't be able to complete in the tag match tonight with JD, and that Santos is going to fill in for him. Now, JD and Priest are both taken back by this, so JD didn't even know. And when Santos asks if there's a problem, Damian looks at him and says, obviously there's a problem, but what are we going to do about it now? There's nothing we can do about it. We don't have a choice, so we just have to handle it. And Dom tries to apologize for this, and Priest says, look, just handle your business. Make sure it gets handled. And JD looks at Priest and says, they're going to go out there and they're going to handle Judgment Day's business tonight. And Priest looks at him and he re-emphasizes, he says, go out and handle your business and stay out of mine. And we're going to go to a commercial as we see Imperium heading to the ring. So again, going into more dissension, just...
Everybody's breaking up.
I would say no one likes anybody. Dom's not talking to JD. JD's not talking to Damian. Finn isn't even here this week.
Fuck is Finn?
Like,
no.
Yeah.
It's craziness. Absolute craziness. And Dom is still building his own little empire.
His version of LWO.
Right. So, with Santos, I should say, not Santano, Santos.
Santanos. Santana and Thanos.
Santhanos. So we're gonna go, you know what, Squirrels, I was actually gonna mention that later, with him joining the Creed brothers. That would be an unstoppable damn trio if Chad joins the Creed brothers, but we'll get to that in a second.
Angle.
Yeah, I would say by the statistics it would be an unstoppable trio, but we'll see. So now we're gonna go into our Imperium segment. All of Imperium goes to the ring. Gunther is going to take the mic and he's going to say that he's not going to talk about Sami Zayn and WrestleMania, but he is going to put over the fact that he was the IC champion for 666 days, and he made it one of the greatest reigns in history. He made the title prestigious. It was one of the greatest title runs in history. All of those things are a fact. He goes on to say that for 2 years he's had a target on his back and thanks Sami for taking the target off of him. He then says that he's now free to do whatever he wants, and that he's officially declaring himself as a participant in the King of the Ring. In the King of the Ring tournament. He says that after that, it's up to him which championship he wants to go for, whether it's on Raw or SmackDown, depending on where he might get drafted. And he then says that he is the General of the Ring and the soon-to-be King of the Ring. Yeah, I mean, Gunther was amazing as champion. I immediately think that he's going to be King of the Ring. Immediately. I don't even have another.
You think so?
Everyone that we right now that I'm aware of, we have 4 people that we know are going to enter it, and even so, I still think Gunther is going to win.
Gunther is king. I can only imagine, because the last king we had was Xavier Woods, right?
Yep.
2021.
Okay. Yeah, so Gunther would be a nice change of pace for King of the Ring, like an actual King of the Ring, and then do something with that prestige.
Right, because we've had King Xavier, King Corbin, no one that's been really amazing.
Right. So I can see. Yeah, you're right. I think Gunther might take the King of the Ring. Oh, no.
I can see Drew.
I don't know.
I can see Drew taking it, but I just don't know.
Oh, maybe Sheamus.
Could be Sheamus.
Sheamus. Could be Sheamus. We'll get to that.
That's why it's there. That's why it's there.
I am drastically upset that you have burgers on deck. All right,
It's a Burger King burger at that, bro.
He ordered burger on burger on burger.
This motherfucker picked up burgers for the podcast. I'm pissed off. Oh my god. And yes, Woods did say that he was going to be the 2-time King of the Ring. I don't buy it. I don't think it's going to happen.
Ain't no way in hell.
I think he's going to make it to the semifinals, but I do not think he's going to be in the last match.
I mean, outside of Gunther, maybe Chad, if he enters.
If he enters. I think he's going to be too focused on Sammy, but if he enters, that would be also good.
Chad, I can see that.
King Chad. That sounds terrible. But at this point, the New Day is going to decide that they're going to come out and interrupt. Xavier said that he's actually going to be defending his King of the Ring title, and that Gunther is a usurper. And that he's thinking about cementing his legacy, as Squirrels mentioned, as the 2-time King of the Ring. Gunther's going to say
the title.
You what?
I said I didn't know he was defending that title. That's
I just think it was things he said. I mean, technically he is the reigning king since another king hasn't been crowned, so it is his title.
He been reigning for 3 years and ain't done shit with it, so move on.
They've been playing the shit out of
Sounds
trumpet.
like Joe Biden.
Woo! We ain't getting to politics. Gunther says that Xavier Gunther says that Xavier is a clown and that his reign will be remembered as someone who wasn't a champion and who covered himself in gold, while Gunther himself will bring prestigiousness to the King of the Ring title and change what it looks like to be the King of the Ring. The New Day ends up the New Day ends up starting a "Where you gold at, Gunther? Where you gold at? Where you gold at, Gunther? Where you gold at?" starts that chant, and the crowd tries to pick it up. The problem here, again, I'm going to call this the Miz problem from now on. When someone with rhythm does something and then someone without rhythm tries to do it, Xavier, who obviously has rhythm, and Kofi Kingston were in sync. And then the crowd from Ohio apparently forgot the words halfway through and they couldn't get the full chant out, but goddamn, they tried. They really tried their hardest.
They're from Ohio.
Some crowds you got to keep it simple, like 2 words. You suck, or
Somebody want to tell me why Gunther looked like a German cannibal in his fucking outfit that he was in the other night?
I can't tell you why.
Just looked weird as shit. Turtleneck.
He looked like he
was in sweats.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem. He looked like
that's the problem. That motherfucker looked like he was gonna go eat somebody.
He looked like the villain off of Human Centipede, if anybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he looked like.
Jeez.
That's where we're at.
So anyway, Gunther says that all of this is beneath him. The chants and the making fun of and all of this stuff. He says, "This is beneath me." And he looks over to Ludwig and Giovanni and he says, "Take care of this." And Xavier says, "Really? Really? We've beaten them so much. We've faced them so much. What do you mean?" He says, "You know what? Fine. We accept the challenge. We'll go against them. If that's what they want to see in Ohio, we'll do it right here, right now. Blah, blah." And then they're going to have their match. And we're going to go to a commercial. So when we come back from this commercial, we're going to see Chelsea Green and Piper Niven arriving to the building. And then we're going to switch to... Sorry, you got to throw it in there. It happened. And then we're going to switch to Imperium versus the New Day.
Yeah, that's how important that match was. It was like, you know what? Let's look at Chelsea Green and Piper Niven before this match. Not a fuck was given.
So during the match, we're actually going to get the official announcement from Cole that King and Queen of the Ring will start next month. I think it would be fun, and just take into consideration everyone who's in it, or everyone who's on the roster right now. Who do you think will be Queen of the Ring?
If it's not Zoe Stark or Shayna Baszler, I'd be highly upset.
You're just thinking Raw, though. We got all of SmackDown, too.
I don't give a fuck about SmackDown. They got enough problems. I'm saying if it's not Zoe Stark or Shayna Baszler, you know who they're gonna give it to? They're gonna give it to Chelsea Green because that's how much of a joke this is.
Damn.
Guaranteed.
It's a joke, huh?
Guaranteed.
I hope it's not a joke. I hope it's not a joke to them.
I don't want it to be a joke. Like I want this to be legitimate. They're gonna give it to Chelsea Green.
God damn, man. All right, Drush.
Don't let me speak it into existence. But if it's not a joke, I say Zoe Stark. If it's a joke, Chelsea Green.
Drush, who would you say?
You know, I actually like the call on Shayna Baszler on that. I do. I personally talk a lot of shit about Shayna Baszler, but as a wrestler, I really like her, and I think they would do well to put it into her because they haven't made much good use of her lately.
Thanks. I will say Squirrels, who said it was going to be your girl, Miss Abs, Jade Cargill.
I think they've got enough going on with Jade Cargill that they don't need to throw that at her as well. I really, like, if from a wrestling standpoint, yeah, that she could take it all day fucking long. But I think she's got enough going on that they don't need to throw that her way.
I will say, if she's in it, she's probably going to win it. But if she's not in it, she's not in it.
I will agree.
Here we go. Here we go, T. Who's your choice?
So,
who's your choice? Please say it.
My first thought was Jade, and that's 100% true. But then I thought to myself, I said, the Kabuki Warriors, they just did this stare off between Bianca and Jade and the Kabuki Warriors. So here's the thing: even if Jade is in it, I don't think she's going to win. I think she's going to get screwed over, and she's going to be served her first loss if she's in it. And I think the Kabuki Warriors are going to screw her over. I think Asuka and Kairi Sane, maybe even Dakota Kai, whatever, they're going to come out, screw her over, and make her lose her first match to Tiffy time.
Here he go.
And Tiffany Stratton, baby, will be your queen of the ring. And guess what? That's going to launch her into a fight with Miss Charlotte Flair, who is the queen, when Charlotte Flair comes back, and it will be the biggest point of Tiffany Stratton's career when Charlotte Flair passes the torch to Tiffany. I'm telling you right now, Tiffany Stratton will be your queen of the ring. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, when Charlotte Flair puts her ass in a figure four.
I was going to say, are you finished glazing right now? You have deep-throated this lady so hard. I need you to relax, all right? Why would she be queen of the ring when she has this shit going on within the title realm of Bayley and Naomi already? Why would she go for that?
She doesn't need it.
No, she does need it.
One of those, she doesn't need it.
No, she does need it, and here's why. Because her and Naomi will probably face off against each other in the first round of Queen of the Ring, and Tiffany is going to end up winning that. She's going to beat Naomi, and I don't think she beats Naomi clean because obviously Tiffany is a heel. But the thing is that her character, the way she carries herself, is the way that people who win King of the Ring nowadays carry themselves. She has the ability and the personality to take that Queen of the Ring title higher. That her personality, you can see her being a heel Queen of the Ring. Like, what would Zoe and what would Jade, and like how would you perceive Zoe and Jade and what was the other name that was thrown out?
Shayna.
So how do you perceive them talking about being Queen of the Ring in promos? Like, how does that? Because I can see a Tiffany Stratton promo for Queen of the Ring.
I get that. At the same time, why?
If we're going that route, I think G's call on Chelsea Green is a good call because Chelsea gives that same air.
Honestly,
I get it.
I hate her, but she gives that same air.
I get that.
Chelsea's promos might be a little bit better as Queen of the Ring than Tiffy Time. I'm just throwing it out there because Tiffy Time already has her thing. It's Tiffy Time. What's she gonna say? Oh, it's Queen Time. No, we're not doing Queen Time. That's stupid as fuck. All right. So no, I don't see her winning. Stop glazing. Stop glazing this lady. I need you to relax. All right. Tiffany can't win everything.
I want her to, though, man. I think she's great. I think she's a fantastic wrestler. I really do.
Yeah,
he wants her to beat Cody for the men's title.
I know. So does Giovanni.
Yeah.
Giovanni Da Vinci's tearing that up. There it is. Boom. In your face. All the time. No limits. He going to SmackDown for a reason.
Oh no, Queen Green. Oh no.
Yeah. I'm just saying, because it makes sense. It's stupid. They're going to treat this as a joke. They're going to put Chelsea Green as the queen.
That makes me angry. Because Queen Green rhymes, and I bet you Chelsea's back there. Oh, I bet you think she's back there pushing that. I really hope they don't do that. That'll suck.
Remember, they got Road Dogg on the creative team, and he's got more letters than he has in his name than numbers in his IQ. So,
oh fuck! All right, look, we got way off. I just wanted to ask that question because I thought it was interesting. But let's go ahead and continue through. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, good. I love it.
So, like I said, we get the official announcement. So obviously this match itself, right, Imperium versus the New Day, was actually designed to make Xavier look good, right? Because Xavier is the defending King of the Ring. So the match itself was fairly decent. Xavier is going to get the pin with a double stomp, and Gunther is going to throw his chair to the ground after Imperium loses. He's going to stare at Kaiser disappointingly, and then he stares at Vinci, who's laying in the ring, as he walks to the back. After that, Ludwig is going to go in the ring and embrace Vinci and tell him it's okay, this, that, the other. He's going to help him out of the ring. And once they get down to the floor, he's going to throw Giovanni against the apron and mercilessly attack him, kicking him all the way over to the announcer's table, where he's going to bounce his head off of the announcer's desk, and then he's going to throw him into the stairs and kind of put him precariously on the stairs. While he's doing this, referees and security is going to come out, say, Ludwig, stop, you don't have to do this, whatever. Ludwig is going to acquiesce to their request, and he is going to walk down the ramp. But at some point, he's going to decide, you know what? I do have to do this. He's going to turn around, he's going to run down, he's going to run towards Hard Camera to get some more momentum, and then he's going to take that corner, and he's going to do a double foot drop kick to what would appear to be Giovanni's head onto the steel steps, as Giovanni will then roll down the stairs, and it's lights out.
That drop kick looked devastating as shit. I will admit that was rough. Like, I felt bad for Giovanni. Like, just watching that shit, like, that was a legit ass whooping, mercilessly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know most heel turns or groups breaking up, there's a chair slap like the Seth Rollins on the Shield shit. That was worse. What Ludwig did was worse than that. Like, he legit beat the shit out of him.
Yep.
It was bad.
It was bad. We got a heel turn within a heel faction, which is nuts.
Yeah.
So Giovanni, I guess that makes him face, unless he goes to SmackDown, in which case, he's not face then. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, but
does he survive as a singles competitor? That's my question.
No. I'm sorry, but no. I mean, his last couple matches, I've seen some intensity from him. I need to see him on the mic. I've never seen him on the mic, so I want to see how he talks on the mic, and if he's got a good mic game, his wrestling backs it up, but he's just another hairless wrestler. He's bald, whatever, he's in shape. It's like Dresch always says, show me something. He doesn't really show a lot, but maybe that's also because he's in the background of Imperium. I don't know. Dresch, what do you think?
I don't think he survives as a single competitor. From what I've seen on his own, I don't think he'll make it. G and I were talking about this while we were watching it the other night. He is kind of the catalyst for every loss they've had. When he's in the ring, Imperium is generally at the hands of whoever they're facing. It's not until he's out of the ring that they can get back into it and take a shot. 9 times out of 10, when they lose, He's the one in the ring. So I don't see him standing on his own. I really don't see it.
You know, the crazy thing is, I talked about this months ago, and I said Ludwig would be the one to leave because I see him as a decent singles competitor.
I think Ludwig would make a great singles competitor.
I think he would too.
Ludwig would make a great singles competitor. I did not see this coming to where it was Giovanni that was, separating and getting turned on. And
so I know Gunther said he was throwing his hat in for King of the Ring. And we've all been trying to figure out Gunther's next run. What if Gunther steps into that and they go after the tag titles?
That's what I was going to say.
Or here's my thought.
Gunther and Ludwig go in after the tag titles.
Here's my thought. Chaos theory here. All right.
Oh shit.
Instead of them going for the tag titles, Gunther is going for he's going for one of the main belts. He's going to try to win King of the Ring. He's going to go for one of the main belts. That's what he wants. Ludwig goes against Gunther's old belt. That's my thing. He's going to go and either get Chad or
just Sammy's not your champion. We get it.
Yeah. and that's what I'm saying. Chad had his turn, unfortunately, and he lost. Who's Sammy gonna face now? It's not gonna be Chad anymore. I think that's done. Well, not done, but it's.
I think Chad's gonna be a thorn in his side for the next few matches. I could see. They really haven't built. It's just like Cody. They haven't built a fucking rivalry yet for him.
Yeah, I think Ludwig goes after the Intercontinental Championship. That's my chaos theory.
Cody's not going to end up with the winged belt. They're going to turn the belt into a fucking codpiece because that's all he's doing is walking around showing it off. He's not actually doing anything,
Well, he was just Cody?
Yeah.
He was just working dark matches in London. He's doing stuff. He was just on tour.
That's dark matches. That's not TV.
Yeah, but he's doing stuff with the title. And titles...
it doesn't fucking count. You're not going to have Cody lose... No, dark matches to a champion, dark matches don't count. You are not going to drop a belt in a fucking dark match. You know that.
Dark matches aren't canon, all right? They're not canon. They're not canon to the storyline. Let's be real.
Dark matches only happen on SmackDown.
The WWE title has changed hands on a dark match. It's happened once.
When did that happen? How long ago was that?
1984.
It was like
knowing him.
It was like 15 years ago.
See? Bitch was 12.
Who was champion? All
right, you guys are going to have to keep the podcast going because now I'm going to have to find it.
No, I got it. I'll look for it, but because I want to know. Because you said, the dark matches are canon.
Not a dark match, but a live event. That's what I mean. He was doing a live event. He was doing a live event in London.
I know he was at the live event in London because he had that family that was at London and told him they weren't going to be able to afford the hotel prices for Clash at the Castle, and Cody went, all right, well, put it on my bill. And he paid for this. He told him to set up to put this family of 4 at Clash at the Castle on his dime. So I know Cody was there. I know he was doing Cody things, but on the televised events, all he's done is walk around and hip thrust that fucking title. He hasn't done anything worthwhile. He's defended it. Has he defended it twice now? And both were in dark matches. I don't think he's defended it live. He did it that very first Raw as a dark match against Dom. And I think he did it. You said he did it once on that. So.
I may have been wrong. So
somebody clip that.
Huh?
I said somebody clip that.
Well, no. So Mickie James became champion in France, April 24th, 2007. Bret Hart became WWE champion October 12th, 1992. The U.S. title has been won many times during a live event. Edge became Intercontinental Champion. Let's see. Mick Foley beat The Rock in an empty arena match, but we know about that one. Kofi Kingston won the Intercontinental title. And then Essa Rios ends Gilbert's reign, which doesn't matter. That's Gilbert in 2000. So yeah, it looks like I was incorrect. It wasn't the main title, but it has been other titles. So yeah, the main title probably wouldn't be changed over then.
I mean, it's still a big deal that they would let any title change hands during essentially a dark match. But in the current era, with all of the social media and everything, I just don't see it in WWE's favor for them to allow a title to change hands during a dark match.
Could you imagine Cody losing the belt in a dark match to say like Andrade? Like what?
Yo,
what shit? The backlash WWE will get for that?
Yep.
Yo. First of all, I was going to say get out of my head, because in my head I was thinking Andrade, and then you said it, and I was like, yo, why are we both thinking of the same random ass wrestler?
It's a random ass wrestler.
Because he's been cutting these weird ass promos lately.
I was
where it's
thinking
just
of somebody
him.
I was thinking of somebody that doesn't suck, but is also not being pushed. Like, just imagine he loses his title to Andrade in a dark match, and then Raw, we just see Andrade walking around with the WWE.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, that would be chaos.
All right, we got to get back on track. We almost had an hour, if you can believe it.
Nice.
So, let's say. But, either way. Ludwig is going to walk to the back. He's going to find Gunther back there, and he says to Gunther, "You see, I told you I could get it done." And Gunther's smiling about what happens. We'll fade to the next scene, which is Drew McIntyre walking around in the back, which is really him coming to the ring. We'll come back from commercial and see a vignette of Andrade talking about how he's no one's fool or servant, and that he's now the Judgment Day's biggest problem is the gist of what that was about. We're going to get a brief segment of Michael Cole putting over the UK tour that just happened that Cody Rhodes was in. And then we're going to get our Drew segment. Drew McIntyre is going to come out to the ring. He's going to sit down Indian style in the middle of the ring, and he says that CM Punk hates all the fans and that he hates himself as well. He says that fans don't understand his complex relationship with wrestling because the most complex relationship that they've ever had is with the right hand. Y'all know what that means. So, they kept saying what, so at some point, Drew McIntyre says, say what if your French kiss your sister? And then everybody says what?
Hey, what?
Cousin, not sister, cousin.
Oh, was it
cousin? Whatever. And he says, and after they say what, he says, you're all sick.
Well, he also told the cameraman not to look up his kilt.
Oh yeah, don't look up my my skirt, you perv, or kilt, you perv. Yep. So Drew's gonna officially declare himself king of the ring, and Sheamus is gonna come out and say that Drew won't take responsibility for his own mistakes. Sheamus, by the way, will also be in the King of the Ring. Drew and Gunther would be a good match, just as a side note. Sorry, I know we keep getting off, but that would be a good match.
We had the three-way before. Drew, Gunther, and Sheamus.
True.
That match. Again, one of the best matches I've seen in a while, still.
This is crazy hard hitting. Like they just beat the shit out of each other. But he says, Sheamus, when I say he, I mean Sheamus, says that Drew has an obsession with CM Punk, and that his obsession is what made him lose his title, and he needs to get over it, because it not only blew his championship, but it's going to keep making his career a living hell. Drew says that back in the day, they used to have banger after banger after banger, but now it seems like Sheamus has had a burger after burger after burger. And then he just calls... Do you guys remember the 3 names he calls Sheamus?
I don't remember.
Damn, I should have written it down. I didn't write it down. Anyway, he calls him 3 names that are just hilarious. And he just basically... he says that he says that everybody in the back is saying how fat he is and how out of shape he is, and he says, I don't care what everybody thinks, and Drew basically says, I only fight people that it's worth something, and this fight right here, this wouldn't be worth it. And he says, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to stay out here and I'm going to watch your back during your match.
So he called him the Ginger Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yes.
And he called him the Flubber Man.
The Flubber Man, yeah.
I don't see the third one.
There was one he said before Pillsbury Doughboy, but I can't remember. It doesn't matter though. So we're gonna get this match between Shinsuke and Sheamus. Shinsuke is the Fall Man. You all know this, so we all knew who was gonna win anyway. Before the match, properly, we see Shayna Baszler and Ivy Nile getting ready for the match that's coming up soon. Shinsuke versus Sheamus ended up being a very good match. A lot of hard-hitting moves, with Shinsuke focusing mainly on the repaired neck of Sheamus, and Sheamus just brutally just beating the shit out of Shinsuke every time he could. Like I said, a lot of hard-hitting moves. Strong style and Sheamus's brawling style seemed to actually mesh really well. It wasn't a bad match. It was really a good match. Shinsuke puts on good matches. It's just, right now, he's just the fall guy. He is turned into the new Dolph Ziggler. That's who he is. He's the new Dolph Ziggler.
You could put it, he is the Nia Jax of the dance side.
Or the Nia Jax also works. Just about the entire time, Drew is watching in approval or disappointment, depending on how well Sheamus is doing. And Sheamus is going to get a much-needed victory because, of course, Shinsuke is the fall guy for everything.
I will say Sheamus. That's
what he called him. He called him Sheamus. That actually is what he said.
Well, that's Sheamus calls himself that. He hashtagged himself that. So.
Okay, gotcha.
Sheamus if you looked at him last week versus this week and how much time he spent in the gym throughout the last week, you can already see the body change. He is already bringing back the old Sheamus. He looked 10 times better. He was still gassed after 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But he looked his body shape looked much better. He looked closer to the old Sheamus ring shape. He will get back there. He definitely needs to work on his endurance, because when he won, as he was celebrating, he looked like he was going to die.
True. Okay, his ring shape is going to come back eventually, but it's not back yet.
No. And that's why we need him. We don't need him, pushing for any title, anything right now. His story just... Honestly, Sheamus' story right now needs to be Sheamus getting back into Sheamus. Going from Sheamus back to Sheamus. That's the story I want to see from Sheamus right now. I don't give a shit about him running for a title. We all know the man can hold a title. We've seen it. He's done it. It's there. What we need to see is Sheamus come back.
Sure.
That's fair.
And I think King of the Ring will be good, because I'm pretty sure that Drew's been King of the Ring, Sheamus has been King of the Ring. We got a lot of former King of the Rings going in here. Now, I think that's really cool if we do end up getting a 2-time King of the Ring. The only 2-time King of the Ring, as I'm sure y'all know, was Bret Hart. He's the only one who has done it twice. So, I don't know if he did it back-to-back, though. But I know he's done it twice. But I would be upset if Xavier won King of the Ring. I will say that. If he wins, that feels like a waste to me. So after the victory and everything, there is no attack. Drew just applauds, and that's that. It was actually like he just was watching his friends back, which is cool. I think it's actually cool to see like heels and faces actually being kind of friends, because Drew isn't a full heel, he's an anti-face, so you know what I mean. So but after we're gonna get a trailer for what happened with Chad Gable and Sammy last week, and Kathy Kelly is in the back with Sammy to get his reaction. Sammy says he's been angry and hurt, but he's biting his tongue because he knows that Chad is going to the ring tonight to explain himself. He says he doesn't really know what explanation he could possibly give for everything that happened. And then at that point, Bronson Reed's going to walk into the frame and he's going to say that Sammy has much bigger problems to worry about. And Sammy says, "Is this what you want?" And he holds up the title and he says, "Any place, anytime. Let me know." Bronson said, "Oh, is that right? That's great. Cool." And he's going to walk off camera, and then Sammy's going to turn back around. And I'm not going to lie. When Bronson jumped back in the frame and hit Sammy, I jumped. It actually scared the shit out of me.
Really?
I wasn't expecting it at all.
Wow. I saw that coming a mile away.
Motherfucker, I jumped like a bitch. I was like, oh, shit. And the worst part about it is Kathy even gave me a heads up because she jumped before I jumped. And I was like, why is that bitch jumping? So, yeah, anyway. Bronson's going to attack him, knock him down, grabs him by his beard, and he says, "I will take the title when I want to. It'll be a time of my choosing." And then the security is going to get him away, and he's going to walk off camera only to come back and hit him again. And we're going to fade into Chad Gable in the Alpha Academy entering the arena. So,
with that, I'm just... Sammy's not going to hold this title long. Either that or they're trying to demystify the title after Gunther's had it so long or something. Because they are making Sammy out to be the most pathetic champion I've seen in a long fucking time. Sammy is everybody's fucking punching bag right now, and he's the damn champion. He's got a belt. Pardon me, we can't call it a belt. He's got a title. Was that unbanned?
I think they got rid of most of the banned words, yeah.
Okay. But, you got a belt. You shouldn't be the locker room's whipping boy anymore. You've got the fucking belt. Yeah, you got people that want it, but you should be able to stand up for yourself. And Sammy never does. Every time you turn around, Sammy's getting folded this way or that. And either they're, like I said, either they're demystifying that belt after Gunther had it for so long, or he's just not going to have it long.
His story is that he gets bullied, but I do think that eventually he will. I mean, I don't think he's going to hold on to it for even a year. I think he's going to, I would say 6 months at best. I would say he drops it at SummerSlam. I really do think that.
I understand his story was getting bullied. I get that. But after you beat the fucking bully, the ultimate bully for you, you need to grow your spine. I don't expect a full character change. I get that. But don't let everybody walk. Indy Hartwell's going to go back there and beat the hell out of him here shortly.
Not my champion.
I'm not impressed with what they've done with Sammy since they gave him the belt. I realize it's only been 3 weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere in there.
Sure.
Either way, I'm just not impressed.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have been very open that y'all just aren't y'all ain't there for it, so I get that. It's a story, it's a reign, whatever. I'm just at this point. I'm just what The Rock says. I'm just trying to enjoy the story that Triple H is taking me on at this point, because I do think Sami Zayn, in real life he probably isn't like this, but Sami Zayn's character is a bitch, and I don't know. I don't like it either. I really don't. I used to be a fan of the whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps and whatever, but they just make him look so weak in that he's just winning by the skin of his teeth. And I don't like it.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But motherfucker, you got to have more than 30 seconds of offense in a 10-minute fight.
Then all of a sudden just win?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me some fight in the beginning and then pull your ass up by your bootstrap. I get that. Not, I'm just going to get my ass beat for 9.5 minutes and then I'm magically going to win. This isn't My Little Pony. This is wrestling.
Been saying it since I started. Just throwing it out there. No people gonna get tired of it.
It's slowly going to happen. People are slowly going to turn on them, but it is what it is. So, moving back to Chad Gable segment. Now, we're going to do this real quick. I didn't make an official YouTube video, so I'm going to cut this out of the podcast tonight. We did get a QR code right when they were in the ring. Right when Alpha Academy got in the ring, we got the QR code.
I'm sorry. He started eating the burger and it just took me out because all I could think was burger after burger after burger. sorry, T. Continue.
Hey, stop. So, oh god, that's funny. Anyway, we get the QR code, and the one thing that's different about this QR code is that we get like a Sister Abigail style picture, and I don't have a picture of it currently to show. I can probably find.
Somebody cue the X-Files music.
Raw. What is it? What is this? 422. I should have had this ready. Sister Abigail, Raw 420. Raw 422. 24. Let's see. Are they gonna show me the image that I want? They are not gonna show me the image that I want, and that's fine. But you get a creepy. But you'll see it in a second anyway. So anyway, we get a QR code, and that QR code is going to lead you to this website. This is WWE.com/55555. Now, for the people who are listening, what you're going to hear or what you're going to see is you will bear witness, begin the endless crawl. Type the number of sense organs, and you shall behold all. Now, there we go. So, because I'm lazy, what's funny is I actually got most of these before I found the actual code, the HTML code, because they block the HTML code on this site. If you hit Control-U, you actually can't get to the HTML code, because anybody that knows anything about coding, all of the answers have to be in the code. So if you look at the HTML code, you'll see all of the answers. Eventually, I realized that you can hit view:/source and then type in your website, and it will actually bring up the code. But either way, these are all of the answers. So hint is 1, which is penta. Penta means 5. The answer is 5, if anybody hasn't worked that out yet. And then help, which help comes to those who help themselves. Then you have howdy. Hello is the answer once you hit enter. Bray, remembered. Pluto, another one that I actually figured out. Open your eyes. Now, Pluto is the sign that keeps showing up, so I actually got that one. I was like, oh, Pluto. I did get cave, because the last one, and because of the allegory of the cave, I started typing in all of those at some point. If you type in cave, it says set free. I got Wyatt, so if you type in Wyatt, it's forever. Buzzards is follow. I did not get red. That one I didn't get. But if you type in red, it's circle. Bo, he saw. And then if you type in the word 5 or the letter 5, you get preparing your invitation. So, once you click on this, it takes you to a video. WWE.com/invitation. You click play, you're going to get the video. So the video will say coming soon, then it will change to another version of coming soon, and then what you're seeing here is somebody walking up to a house, and the note that is dropped is remember who you are. You're going to see a crow, you're going to see a cave, you're going to see Play-Doh, you're going to see a bunch of different things. You'll see that if you have a sharp eye, you'll see that lady that I was talking about, who is standing in like an attic. If you hit Control U on this to bring up the HTML code, what you're seeing here is Sam does, Sam does, Sam does, Sam does, Sam does. You see that 5 different times, and it's in random areas. Now here's the thing. I don't know what that means, but it means something. We're looking at the HTML code right here, and Sam doesn't mean anything, especially in the areas that it's in. So I don't know. Like, I mean, it's on line 4, it's on line 14, it's on line 16, it's on line 19, and it's on line 38. So I don't know what you can get from that. Maybe it has to do something with 5. I mean, line 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. 16, 1 minus 6 is 5. I don't know how you get 5 out of 19. I don't know how you get 5. Oh, line 38, 3 minus 8 is 5. 3 minus 8 is 5. So I don't know. But that means something. I just don't know what it means, and I haven't seen that anybody else has figured it out yet. So that is the QR code. There is nothing else to it. It was actually pretty simple this week. Albeit still fun to go through and figure out. But there will be 5 people. It used to be the Wyatt 6. It's the Wyatt 5 now, obviously, because Bray Wyatt has passed on. Rest in peace. So we are going to see the 5-day debut at some point. If anybody figures out what Sam does mean, please let me know. Or let us know. Tweet us, Facebook us, comment it on the YouTube, whatever the case may be. Comment it on the Spotify. I don't care. Just whatever the case may be. Now, we're going to move on to Chad Gable talking about basically that he lost. The crowd's going to be booing Chad hard because they are still firmly on Sammy's side, and Gable said that Gable said that Sammy's had a few hard weeks, but he said that what he did to Sammy was justified. And he basically says that he did what he did because Sammy couldn't just win the match. Sammy had to put the title in front of him. Sammy had to hold his hand up in the ring. Sammy had to go to his wife and celebrate with his wife, and that was his moment. He was supposed to be the one celebrating with his daughter, and Sammy just couldn't have a win. He had to rub everything in Chad Gable's face. He said that he should have been the one to win. Instead, he was training Sami Zayn. Instead, he was training a bunch of losers. And then he then turns around and he goes over to Tozawa, and he says, Tozawa, all you do is you dance. You come out here and you dance, and then you lose every single time you're in the ring. You're nothing more than a failure. And he goes over to Maxine, and he says, Maxine, you're one of the prettiest people in Raw. You're a princess, but you're dumb as a box of rocks. And then he goes over to Otis, and he says, Otis, you, my star pupil, you are the biggest disappointment in the Alpha Academy. You are the biggest disappointment to me. He then goes on and he says, by the way, Otis should have kicked his ass. He then goes on and says that everyone in the Alpha Academy is going to focus on Chad Gable from now on, and that everyone is going to try to help him win the Intercontinental Championship belt no matter what. And he gets a head nod from all of them, and he says, no, I need a verbal acknowledgement that you are going to help me win this title. And then he singles out Otis and makes him say it. And what was that sound?
My dryer finishing.
All right. Sam is Dexter Lumis's. You know, a lot of people have been saying that Dexter Lumis is going to be a part of the Wyatt 5.
I can see that.
I could see it too. Could it be Loomis? Could it be Dexter Lumis and Nikki Cross, the other two that we don't know?
Possibly. Because you remember, I don't know what Royal Rumble it was, but Dexter Lumis was in the ring and Braun Strowman, and they had a stare off. And Dexter just literally just stared the entire time. And then Braun eventually just waved it off, but maybe.
I can see that. Anyway, so the crowd is chanting for Otis, and Otis is basically going to give in, and he's going to say, "Yes, we're going to help you." And now, and I've called it, we're going to slowly move into a program. We're going to slowly move into a program where Chad Gable is now going to be fighting Otis at some point in a grudge match. That's going to happen. And that's stupid. But I do, on the other hand, I do understand why it has to happen if we're going to change him heel. But I also said last week, I said, if they put him in a program with Otis because he's heel now, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
But
I called it.
It is what it is. He will be in a program with Otis in the next 2 weeks, yeah. I'd say. So moving on, we're going to see Ricochet training, and Dom's going to come up to him, and he's going to say that he's lucky that he's not cleared, and Ricochet interrupts and says, "Because you would have kicked my ass tonight, right? That's what you're going to say. You were going to kick my ass." And he says, "No one else is more upset that you're not ready to compete, or that you're not able to compete than I am, because I would have loved to get in the ring with you tonight." And they didn't do like a back and forth. And Ricochet announces his fast match with JD this week, which, by the way, did either one of you watch the fast match?
Yes, I did.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
So we'll get into that at some point. And
it was fast as shit.
No, I'm sure it was. And then he walks off screen, and Dom starts making fun of Ricochet's name. Dom is going to turn around and come face to face with Liv as we fade into us seeing that Ricochet and Andrade. Ricochet that we're going to fade into seeing the program card for Ricochet and Andrade versus JD and Santos is up next. Now, here's the thing that's important about this: Liv and Dom came face to face, and Liv looked him up and down, and Dom just looked pissed off. Liv is going to be Dom's new mommy. Liv said, "Everything you know and love, I will take away from you." She loves her title. She loves her Dom. She loves the Judgment Day. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to be instrumental in destroying the Judgment Day, because they're doing a pretty damn good job of doing that themselves, but she is going to take Dom away from her. It's gonna happen. Y'all don't seem impressed.
Yo, what fantasy you living in? Anyway, move on.
Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna have. It makes sense in the story. You know what? All right. Right.
Maybe it makes sense. I don't see why. It's gross.
Because Dom needs a mommy. That's his story. Right. He needs a woman to follow. That's his whole story.
You can follow Becky. I mean, he punched him in the face, and clearly he likes domination.
Who the hell wants to follow Becky?
No one. No one wants to follow Becky. We'll get into that later, too.
Salty. Saltine crackers in this chat.
Did you say salty crackers?
All right, SmackDown.
I said saltine crackers. Saltine.
So anyway, we're gonna get a little Nia segment. Nia's backstage. She calls herself a monster, and she says that she's going to terrorize and eliminate everyone one by one. And obviously, she's gonna say that she's gonna become the world champion. Unfortunately, she did not. But we are gonna get Ricochet and Andrade versus JD and Santos Escobar. Crowd is incredibly silent during Santos's entrance. No one gave a shit. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but
no one gives a shit. It's Santos. Somebody, who the fuck is he?
Right. So I mean, and let's not get it twisted. He's a good wrestler, but
personality-wise, nobody gives a shit.
Right. So Ricochet and Andrade are going to be working together, but JD and Santos have some issues at certain different points in the match, like some blind tags and a little bit of miscommunication. But there was a blind tag in particular that I saw that made me think that it was going to go south, where JD tagged Santos, and Santos just looked at JD like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But it didn't go anywhere. It never went anywhere. Ricochet, so the ending ends up being sloppy. The elbow didn't look good. I mean, the whole ending was sloppy. But Andrade is going to get the win with the Shadow, or the Al Capone, or whatever, however you say it in Spanish. I don't know. But he's going to get. But he's going to get
Capone.
He's going
the Al Capone. All right.
But he's going to get the
Italian
win.
mobster.
Man, that took a long time for you to get that.
Italian mobster.
Oh man. But at the end of the match, Damian Priest is going to come out and clear house. He's going to give Ricochet a razor's edge. He's going to give Andrade the South of Heaven, and afterwards, Damian's going to say in Spanish to Dom, but then in English to JD, "I do not need you guys. You guys need me." It's a huge. That's a huge problem. There is no one to keep them together. There is no glue to keep them together anymore.
I will say, JD did tweet after a while. He's tweeted, "I've done a lot for the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day hasn't done much for me, though."
JD has nothing for anyone unless he's headbutting people. By the way, he headbutted Andrade, and even Pat McAfee called it a bobble headbutt.
Called it what?
He called it the bobble headbutt. He was not wrong. It's a bobble headbutt.
Oh, they're shitting on the mans.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, there's going to be some major dissension. I would say after Backlash, they'll be broken up. Sometime after Backlash, between Backlash and the next pay-per-view.
So you giving it till Backlash? Damn, it might be broken up tomorrow.
Nah, it's not going to be that quick. It's not going to be that quick. Because they've done a lot of almost breaking up before. And again, this is another reason why I think that Rhea's thing is a work. Like, Rhea is the one that holds them together. Rhea is not gone, and Rhea is now gone, and they instantly start breaking apart. Like, everything is just way too coincidental. Everything is just way too. Dom now hurt his elbow, and now Dom can't compete. Like, and that's going to further push his story of not like wrestling for the Judgment Day, and he doesn't want to be a part of it. Like, there's so many coincidences happening where I'm like, bro, this is all a work.
I think Dom is just having sympathy pains, maybe.
That's funny.
Oh, my pussy hurts.
Well, he claims he injured his elbow. I don't know. So now before the commercial, we're going to see Caden and Katana Chance and Natalya getting ready for the Battle Royal match. We're going to come back from commercial. We're going to see Candice and Indy talking to Kathy Kelly in the back about their tactics and how they feel about cheating. And Indy starts to defend herself, but we hear some commotion nearby, and Kathy runs over to see what's going on. And Liv and Nia have already started fighting each other, and they're being separated. Becky is then just going to casually walk by them, and she's like, "Oh, there's a lot going on over here," and takes the mic from Kathy, and she's like, "I wear many hats. Can I try that?" And she's like, "Yeah, fine, take it." And she walks towards the ring entrance, saying that she's going to win the title. She makes a brief stop when she passes Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile and asks Maxine if this is her first time competing for a title. And when she nods yes, Becky says, "Make damn sure you show everybody tonight why this won't be your last time competing for a title," as she heads to the ring. And I thought that was really cool. I don't know if that was planned or not planned, but that is a veteran superstar telling a younger superstar, be sure you show people why the fuck you're here. And I thought that was awesome. I've got Squirrels over here doing some hard research about the Bray Wyatt Uncle Howdy stuff. Sam Houston apparently has something to do with Bray Wyatt, so we're going to be on that. As a matter of fact, hell, maybe we'll even have Squirrels on one day to talk about one of the QR code happenings. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. I don't know. That'd be awesome, I think.
Invite a guest.
We haven't had a guest yet, and Squirrels has been one of our biggest supporters. I think it'd be nice to have Squirrels on as a guest, at the very least. So, but sponsored by Capital One, this is your Women's Battle Royal, the last match of the night. They stopped the Capital One thing, which I'm happy for.
It was ghetto as hell. So.
Indeed, it was. Not as ghetto as a match being sponsored by Wingstop. So
They might as well just had it done by KFC.
No, it would have been Popeyes if we were going to go that route. If we're going the route, if we're going to go, we might as well go all the way there. Popeyes, Snickers, chocolate brand.
What do you say? Why your eyes get bigger too?
Because this shit was annoying. Like, why is it sponsored by Wingstop? Like,
SmackDown,
really,
sponsored by Church's Chicken.
Yeah. Like, really? That one match, the only match of the night, sponsored by Wingstop? Really? All right, cool.
Yeah, the match with the three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, you can count it as one of two things. You can count it as a business savvy move, or a little insensitive. Look.
Wingstop specifically said, "No, it's got to be them.
It's got to be that match." I know it's the last. Maybe it's the last match of the night. Cool, I get that. Wingstop, but come on, really?
Look, what happened? What happened is Triple H called up Vince McMahon and he said, "Vince, we have this sponsorship from Wingstop, and we want you to have your hand in WrestleMania. You can choose what match is sponsored by Wingstop." And Vince just stared in racism. He said, "Oh, I know the match. I know the perfect match." And that's what happened.
He didn't have to call Vince. You know, the fucking Hunter is hey, he had his hand in a lot of skits back in the day. That's all I'm gonna say.
He had his hand in a lot of the Booker T stuff, which was annoying.
Yeah, yes, he did. I was like, wow, this looks a little real. Hey, buddy.
And I'm just gonna say, Booker T should have won that damn championship. I think most people agree with that. But
yeah, it's like the Brock Lesnar thing. If you're a black superstar, you're gonna, and you win the WWE championship, you're gonna get beat by Brock Lesnar. Every single one. Kofi Kingston, who did he lose to?
Bro, Brock Lesnar.
Who did Big E lose to?
Brock Lesnar.
Who did Bobby Lashley lose to?
Brock Lesnar.
Thank you.
Who did Kevin Owens lose to?
I don't fucking know.
Brock Lesnar. Who'd Seth Rollins lose to?
A lot of people.
All right, all I'm saying is, he beat a lot of people, but also you're right.
Like, so nobody else. And before that, who was doing it? Triple H was doing it. He beat Booker T's ass. Yeah. And before Triple H, who was it? Stone Cold. Well, I mean, really didn't have many champions except The Rock.
True.
It seemed like The Rock always kind of lost to Stone Cold in that regard, but that's none of my business. Yeah. But anyway, moving on.
Women's Royal Rumble. We're going to go through it quick. What I have here is the eliminations in order. So if you guys want to talk about any of the eliminations, if any of them step out to you or stand out to you, just stop me and we'll go from there. So your elimination... What?
I was going to say the last couple. Also, I did notice, they also took a video of it when they announced the match and the ref held up the belt. Nia Jax stood next to the belt.
This bitch.
Like synonymous with, yeah, this is my belt. Like, I was like, if you don't get your ass out from the fucking route.
The way that she did it, too, because she was just like...
It was funny as shit.
It's like... Oh, that's so funny.
We know you're not winning it.
But in order, we have Candice LeRae gets eliminated by Maxine Dupree. Indy Hartwell gets eliminated by Maxine Dupree. Caden Carter and Katana Chance get eliminated by Zoe Stark, basically at the same time. Now, Ivy Nile and Nia Jax, or Ivy Nile is going to be eliminated by Nia Jax. Maxine Dupree eliminated by Nia Jax. Piper Niven eliminated by Becky Lynch. Now, I will say I did make a note about this because this is just a part of Becky's story. Piper pulls Becky out of the ring after Becky eliminates her and cannonballs her into the steel steps and then puts her on the announcer's table. Now, Chelsea Green is going to start getting beat down by Nia a little bit, and that's going to cause Piper to grab Nia's leg and pull Nia under the out to the outside, where Nia is going to choke slam Piper into Becky, who is on the announcer's table, and then she's going to follow it up with a freaking Samoan drop. She picked up Piper Niven and Samoan dropped her ass. Deadlift picked that bitch up. That's a look. All respect. That's a big bitch. She big. She a big girl.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. But no, I saw it happening.
So she picked her up. Go ahead.
No. It was just the strength behind it. You know, like all of them. Not saying all of them, but both of them are big. Like
it's just.
It was. I know.
It was unbelievable. Like, yes, Nia's big, still unbelievable. So during the commercial, we'll go to a commercial after this, and during the commercial, we'll see that Nia powerbombed Becky through the table because the table refused to break. The Samoan drop was supposed to break it, it didn't break it. So the powerbomb did it properly. While all of this is happening, Natalya is going to eliminate Chelsea Green, and the ref isn't going to see it. So Chelsea gets back into the ring. When we come back from commercial, Chelsea is going to be eliminated by Zoe. Natalya is going to be eliminated by Shayna Baszler. Zoe Stark is going to be eliminated by Nia. Shayna is going to be eliminated by Nia. Nia is going to be eliminated by Becky and Liv. They did it together. Becky got the last hit, but Becky and Liv did it together. And then Liv is going to eliminate Becky. They messed up the last spot where Becky was supposed to go over the top, but Liv pulled her through the middle. But Becky wasn't going to lose anyway, so it didn't matter. And I will say this. I'll just give my opinion, and I'll let y'all talk. Becky winning is disappointing. It was disappointing. I wanted to see Liv win. But this is a part of a bigger story. Liv will be getting the title. Becky is a placeholder, I believe. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Liv wins the title at Backlash from Becky, and Becky enters King of the Ring or some shit like that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised by any of that. That would be, I mean, at least good for me. So that's my thing. Like, I was upset that Liv didn't win, just like a lot of the internet, but I know why it happened the way it happened, and I'm not mad about it. So, what do you guys think?
Honestly, the internet could get over it. Becky won. It was her time to win. Cool. She was the last one close enough to beat Rhea. Well, that face Rhea. She won. Deal with it. All the hate.
They gave it to Becky Hogan. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
There
Becky Hogan.
right there.
Okay,
yep.
I can see if she was legit winning all the fucking time. This is her 7th reign. I'm pretty sure we've had women.
It's their go-to. She's their go-to. That's 7 times.
Their go-to is out injured. Their go-to is Charlotte Flair. That's their go-to.
That
the
is true.
That's always winning.
That is true.
Their go-to. Don't put Becky in that fucking category. Don't do that.
No. She shouldn't have it. I don't care if she's a placeholder or not. If you're going to use a placeholder, use somebody else.
And that's fair. Like,
and no disrespect to Becky in that. All right, Becky is an amazing wrestler. If you're gonna give it to somebody as a placeholder, don't put trash on Becky's name in that sense. If you're just gonna take it away from her in less than a month, give it to fucking Chelsea Green for a month.
Hell.
You know, give it to Nia and let Nia get her ass beat. That's fine.
It wouldn't be a part of the story. It wouldn't be a part of the story that they're doing. Because
how is Becky part of the fucking story? She's just a placeholder. She's just thrown in randomly. It doesn't fit.
But Becky took Liv's WrestleMania moment. Liv was supposed to go to WrestleMania to beat Rhea for the title.
And she should have tried harder.
And that's fair. But right now, this is Liv's revenge tour, so she's gonna eventually beat Becky, or she's gonna beat Nia, then beat Becky, and then eventually she's gonna win that title, and then have to face Rhea, and she'll end up defeating Rhea, and we'll go from there. That's her revenge tour.
I mean, so my look at that, more than the bit I just spit, she had her chance. Did she not?
I agree.
And she didn't get it done. So why the fuck does she get it now if she couldn't get it done then?
Well,
You're cheapening the fact that Rhea beat her at WrestleMania. It's bad enough you're already making her give up the belt. Now you're cheapening the fact that she beat her by giving it to the person that she beat. You might as well just let her win it at WrestleMania.
I mean, that's fair, but
you're cheapening Rhea's moment.
But it's still not cheap because she still is beating all of the horsemen. She still, I think, who's left of the horsemen that she hasn't beat?
Sasha.
She's already beat all 4 of them. They did an interview. I think Becky was the last one.
No, Becky was the last one. Huh.
Yeah, Becky
was the last one.
So
she's got that. But at the same time, 2 weeks later, you're giving the belt to the person that fucking lost it. She had her shot.
Yeah, you're right. She had her shot, but Nia had her shot. Liv had her shot. Everybody else in that ring could have had their shot, and they didn't get it done. Becky was the closest one. Argue that. Because who was closer than Becky?
I think Nia's match versus Rhea had Rhea more on the ropes than Becky
Nia's
did.
a big bitch. I mean, Nia's a big bitch. What do you expect?
Nia needs a title run.
I agree, and I agree with that.
I'm just saying, if you're talking the close, how close to taking that belt, I think Nia had her a lot closer than Becky did.
And Becky
just happened to do it at WrestleMania.
And that's true, but Nia had her time, and then Becky went and beat Nia the night before. Becky beat Nia. I'm just placing it in chronological order. So if Rhea was to lose that belt, it was Becky's belt then. It should have went to Becky, unfortunately. I agree. I feel like, anybody else could have had the belt. I was rooting for Zoe Stark or Shayna Baszler. But to that storyline of Liv's Revenge Tour, which is what they're working with this title, it wouldn't make sense.
So
why was she?
Who do you want to have the title? Like you're saying, you're talking from a booking standpoint and everything like that. But who do you want to see have the title?
I want to see Nia have the title. She needs a fucking run. But it wasn't her time. Chronologically, it didn't make sense for her to just, I'm finally big and bad.
Oh yeah, because Liv can't feasibly beat Nia.
My point is, well, she might. She might beat him. She might beat her. I feel,
give her a couple chairs and maybe.
Jesus Christ! I feel like Liv has to go through Nia in order to get to Becky.
Everybody's got to go through Nia to get to the title.
And that's my point. They should have had Nia. No offense to Rhea, they should, if they were going to start the whole Nia House of Pain like they did Mark Henry, Nia should have went over Rhea.
Nia is basically 7 Shinsuke Nakamura's stacked together,
Let's move on.
Right.
I'm dead.
No, I see what you're saying.
I'm
I
dead.
do. I just
that one killed.
I don't like Becky having it. I don't think it's. I see where you're coming from a story standpoint. I'm not a fan of it.
I know. Clearly, nobody's a fan of it. Like the internet is up in arms, and I'm just like, yo, get over it. It's a part of the bigger story. Just sit back and enjoy the fucking ride.
Well, we have been going for about an hour and 40 minutes, so I do want to get into the news. I do want to say one thing real quick. The draft starts on Saturday. Not Saturday, Friday. I'm sorry. And you guys can't see this, but I have a picture of the rules. I'm going to put the rules up right now. Just real quick. The WWE 2024 draft rules. On SmackDown, there will be 4 rounds, 16 total picks. On Raw, there will be 6 rounds, 24 total picks. Champions on each brand are protected. The women's tag champions are eligible. SmackDown will pick first on Friday. Raw will pick first on Monday. Rosters lock on Monday, May 6th. All that tells me is that the women's championships aren't even real titles.
Yeah.
So I hate to say that, I really do, but that also confirms that they're coming to Raw. Damage Control to Raw confirmed, which doesn't make any sense. Actually, you know what? I take it back. It does make sense. Jade and Bianca win the titles. They end up coming to Raw, and then all of the women's tag team competition really is at Raw, except for Alba Fire and Nyla Dawn. Alba Fire, and
Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Yeah, that. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, whatever the hell it is, whatever their damn names are. I want to see more of them. I know they can be good, but I can't even remember their name because they're not being used. It's bullshit.
I say, is there any other tag teams on SmackDown? I can't really remember.
Women's tag teams?
Yeah.
No, they're just not being used. It's stupid. So they're moving. They're definitely moving.
I mean, it does make sense to put them on Raw. Now, what if they split? They split the competition. They move more women's tag teams over to SmackDown.
I'll be pissed.
Just out of spite.
But if all of Damage Control comes to Raw, then what that means is that Dakota Kai, you get matches like Dakota Kai versus Becky and Io Sky versus Becky, which would be nice. Some new women entering the mix. I'd also like to see Nia go to SmackDown and go against Jade.
Ooh.
You want to talk about some dominance? You got your dominance right there.
That's a lot of wrestling right there.
That's a lot of woman. Now,